So if you've been trying to quit a toxic job, but they keep talking you into staying and you're looking for an ironclad way to actually say no this time, I'm going to give you a preface, a really simple solution, and then it's some examples of some coaching questions that if you and I were working together, we could get more at the root of the issue and some of the benefits that might have to be exploring a little bit deeper into what's going on. Now, I'll preface this by saying that you don't need a good enough reason to quit your job from your obligation to the company, especially if you work in a state where it's at will employment. Your company can just decide that they don't want you working there for whatever reason they want and fire you. And so this pull towards, oh, well, I get guilted into staying or they convince me to stay or whatever it is, just know that if all you needed was the permission to have whatever your reasons are be good enough, you have my permission to quit your job from a moral standpoint of you versus the employer. Now, you asked for what is an ironclad resignation strategy, and my number one tip would be to just have another job lined up that you already have the start date for. Sorry, you can't be in two places at once. You can tell your employer, my hands are tied, and then if the biggest thing going on is this sense of obligation, you now have an obligation to a new company, and so in theory, it should be a lot easier for you to just say, sorry, I already signed a contract, I start in 2 weeks, so this is my 2 weeks notice. However, if this is your dynamic, even just around quitting this job that you obviously really want to be leaving, chances are that whatever is going on underneath, you're going to be bringing into whatever job you go into, whatever sector, whether it's for you're working for yourself or for someone else, really anywhere. And that mentality is going to cause you to burn out over and over. There will probably be a brief reprieve as the tensions and obligations of the old job are, alleviated. But without really digging into what's going on, what's causing you to feel so obligated to your employer that you keep on staying even when you don't want to be there, without addressing that, you're likely to continue this pattern. And so if we were working one-on-one in a coaching setting, which is much more about exploration of what's going on and how can we change behaviors, some things we might dig into is where is this sense of obligation coming from? What are some of the underlying things that caused you to burn out in this role in particular? And what are some ways that you can value your own time, your personal time, on par, if not more, than the company that you are working for? Because again, a company is not a person that you're developing a personal relationship with. It is by definition transactional. What I hear from a lot of people that I work with in the work stress coaching space is that this idea of transactional from a business standpoint versus reciprocity from an interpersonal standpoint, it gets muddied together, and it can cause us to treat our companies as though they are a close friend or a family member that we owe these certain obligations to, that we're willing to maybe go above and beyond at our own personal detriment and feel like we really can't say no to those things. For the first time ever since leaving Google, when I was doing coaching work there, I'm offering single session coaching sessions. Full-time coaching for brand new clients is closed for 2023. You can still apply for 2024. But if you just really want to hash out something like a single question, how do I finally quit this job? Or how do I go out on vacation and actually close my laptop and enjoy the time? Or how do I even just eat lunch on a regular basis? Then you can go where and check out some more details on what it might look like to have a one-off coaching session, private one-on-one with me, so we can get you some really meaty, actionable tips. You can get on my calendar immediately to start taking action instead of going through the full application process. And happy holidays.